good people. Welcome to Melanated Vibrations, a new show that celebrates the diversity and richness of Black culture. Join us as we delve into our individual mental health and overall mental health of our community. From the latest trends to the timeless coping mechanisms, we'll showcase the best of what it means to be mentally healthy. So sit back, relax, and get ready to feel the vibrations of Black excellence. Let's get started.
I was muted. I was so excited I was muted. Hey guys, happy Monday. Welcome to Melanated Vibrations. It's your girl Dom, aka the therapist. I am so happy for you guys to have joined me on this cold Monday evening. If you are on the stream, make sure you are tagging your folks in. It's going to be a really good topic tonight. We're going to talk sex, baby. Okay. Make sure you're sharing the stream. Make sure if you're on YouTube that you go and subscribe to the Big Exclusive Network. Then you're going to share the link. Share. If you're on Facebook, it's the Big Exclusive Network as well. Tag your folks in. I hope everyone had a really good weekend, a very restful or eventful weekend. Yesterday's weather was absolutely crazy, so I hope you guys were able to stay inside. It was cold, it was rainy, it was very windy, so I hope you guys were able to stay in and relax. I had a very eventful weekend. I had a baby shower that I had to plan, so that was on Saturday. It all went well. I'm honestly glad to be done. But the mother-to-be looked absolutely beautiful. It was a good time. My sister came and helped me decorate along with my guy best friend. So we got it together. The food was amazing. Everything was awesome. And then Sunday I stayed in the house. I rested, washed, cleaned my house, tried to get back to normal on Sundays. And then my team lost, got our asses handed to us for the second week in a row. But I don't want to talk about it because I'm going to get mad. So there's that. So I hope you guys have had a good weekend. Let me know in the comments how your weekend was. Did you do anything eventful? How was your Monday? Hopefully nobody got on your nerves. Hopefully it was a very peaceful Monday. As we count down to the holidays, Christmas for those of us that celebrate it, or just, gift giving, gift receiving, gift exchanging, whatever you want to call it. Let's just be mindful that everyone is not as well off as some of us may be. So when you are buying those gifts, do it out of genuine love and concern for the person you're buying it for, because there is someone out there, there's a mother, there's a father, there is a person on the other end of that cannot do that. So don't go in these stores and be giving these people your asses to kiss, okay? Working retail is very hard, and that person that is ringing your stuff up may not even be able to afford to give Christmas to their family this year, but here they are providing you with great customer service. So just a few things to be mindful of as the holiday season comes up. I know it's super stressful. It's very overwhelming, especially if you are, thank you, Big Exclusive, especially if you are like me. Hey, Tiff, I'm a last minute shopper, I will wait until literally the week before Christmas and then try to force Amazon to give me all of my stuff. So just make sure that, you are showing yourself some grace and showing others grace, because we're all humans and we all make mistakes. And these people get up every day and go to a job that they probably hate just so y'all can go in there and spend all y'all damn money on gifts with people that don't even like y'all. Okay. So be mindful of that. So this evening, I would like to set my intention. So I think I am bringing into this space, I was going to say violence, but I think I choose violence enough for you guys. So I am bringing into this space harmony, peace, joy, and a fun topic tonight that I'm super, super, super excited about. So drop in the comments what you are bringing in, set your attention. Let me know what you are bringing into this space. Instead of a grounding technique, I also want to, hey, Hannibal, instead of a grounding technique, I actually want to do a statement of affirmation. And I want you guys to think of a statement of affirmation, something that you will affirm yourself of of every day or every hour or whatever you're going through. So my daily affirmation is I am worthy of love, right? And so a lot of times we don't feel worthy of love from the people that we expect it from, but you are worthy of love, even if it is just from yourself. Always remember that you are worthy of love. There is nothing that you should have to do or convince people to get the love that you deserve and receive. So, I am worthy of love is my affirmation. Hope is good. Big exclusive. I hope you are hey Hannibal, I like it. I'm bringing peace. I hope you are all good because you had one more time to not answer my text message and I was going to come across the street. And that's it. Love that. Yes, definitely sending prayers and strength to Deandra and her family. Um Make sure we send prayers up. Yes, Tiff, I like that one. But yes, make sure we are sending prayers up. Again, we are all one family here. You guys are not just viewers, you're not just fans, you are family. I am good, Hannibal. How are you? I am feeling relaxed. I got my little drinky drink with me. I know I was gonna come with something. Okay, I got my Gentleman's Jack and Pepsi. I ain't drinking no dirt tonight, so I don't want to hear it in the comments. But I do got my little drinky drink. So tonight we are going to talk about sex therapy, sex, intimacy. I think a lot of times when we are dating or we're married or we're in a relationship, I think sometimes those things get lost. Or some people are just so captivated by the sexual aspect that comes with being with somebody that we lose the intimacy. Now, for those of you that do not know, sex and intimacy are two completely different things. While, yes, they intertwine and the words can be interchangeable, they are two different things. So let me tell you the difference. So, true intimacy involves a level of emotional connection and trust that brings people closer. An intimate relationship can be deeply personal. With someone time you don't even know. Thanks so much. Yeah. Listen, when the spirit tell you to do something, you just got to go on and an intimate relationship can be deeply personal, allowing each person to be vulnerable with each other. Um, while a physical connection can often be associated with this, intimacy doesn't need to be physical to exist. So, when you are being intimate with someone, it does not always necessarily mean that you have to be physical with that person. Sex is physical, intimacy is not always physical. There are three types of intimacy. I don't know if anybody knew that. The first one is emotional intimacy. Yes, emotional intimacy is a thing, right? It's a deep feeling of closeness and trust. When you are emotionally intimate with your partner, you are or feel a deep feeling of closeness and trust. Like you trust that person, you feel connected. This is your person, right? The second one is physical intimacy. Now, this includes touching in a way that enhances feelings of closeness and desire. Again, I did not say sex. I said this involves touching in a way that enhances feelings of closeness. Hey, be right back. I'll be so happy when you come. Hey, Deandra. Shout out to Deandra again, sending prayers up and words of encouragement and healing to your family, sweetheart. I'm here if you need me. You know where to find me at. So physical intimacy, again, it could be something as simple as like, again, remember when we talked about love languages and we talked about people that have physical touch as a love language, and that's how they want to be loved. So for that person, physical touch, if that is their way of wanting to feel intimate, it could be if a person grabs your cheek or rubs your cheek. Um, Holding hands or rubbing your back just so that they feel a closeness, a sense of closeness to you, um, and feel a sense of desire. Now, it may lead to sex. That physical intimacy may lead to sex, but that is not why we are going into it. It is just so that that person can feel connected to you. And then you have the last one, which is sexual intimacy. Now, this is it combines the physical act of sex with emotional closeness and trust. Okay? So sexual intimacy actually combines the physical intimacy, the physical act of sex, with the emotional closeness and trust. So when you have emotional intimacy with somebody, that means that you are willing to be vulnerable with that person. You are willing to let that person into a space that maybe some other people in your circle may not be able to go. And let's be clear, intimacy is not just with a dating partner or a spouse. You can have an intimate relationship with your friends. You might have that favorite cousin. It's about the connection. It's about the physical, mental, or depending on the relationship, if it's platonic, about the mental, the spiritual, the emotional connection and closeness and the trust that you have for that person. If it is someone that you are dating or you are married to, then you can add the physical aspect to it. So, in general, intimacy involves a particular level of closeness. And that's really what I want you guys to understand about intimacy. Now, let's talk about sex. What is sex? So, discussing sex can be complicated, right? I'm sure we all know that. It's very taboo. A lot of people don't want to talk about it. A lot of people don't even understand, honestly, what sex is. It's so much more than just you taking one body part and combining it with the other. So, strictly speaking, sex is physical, no matter what form you are interested in. Sex involves the arousal of physical desire and physical response to a stimulus. Okay? I think we all know that. That is what sex is, if we're strictly speaking about sex. But sex by itself doesn't necessarily require intimacy. Now, I'm sure we've all done had some relations with some people, but I'm just trying to get mine. Better get yours, and you can go home, or I'm gonna leave. I'm sure we all know that. Hey, Jay Boogie. And so with sex, it does not require intimacy. There are a lot of people that have that type of friends with benefits, which I'm gonna be honest, I don't really see how people have those type of relationships, because I feel like at some point emotions are going to get exchanged. But then you have some women and some men out there that are ruthless, and they a thug first, and they can detach themselves and leave their feelings in the sheets. So it is possible. Now, for some, intimacy is implied when discussing sex, especially when in a relationship. For others, sex can occur in an impersonal and disconnected manner, kind of what we just talked about. In these cases, the definition of intimacy doesn't apply. So again, you could have a friends with benefits. You could have that person where that is all they are for. They are strictly being used to make sure that you get what you need, they get what they need, and then you guys say peace until next time, and you go your way, and there's no intimacy involved. But contrary to what some may believe, sex doesn't occur without an emotional element. So, as the development of feelings often accompanies the physical response. So, again, people, when they say they just have sex with benefits, or they just having sex with this person, there's no emotional attachment. Again, there are some killers out there. I used to be a thug like that. I just need to get what I need to get, then I got to get out of here. But at some point, if you do it long enough and often enough, there will be some type of emotional exchange. As a woman, we are emotional creatures. That's just the way we were created. We are emotional creatures. Now, I'm not saying all women, because some of y'all out there, again, y'all are thugs first. But for the ones that are not thugs and they have a soul tie or a soul exchange with that person that they are intimate with, there may be an emotional component. So I think I have my first video is to talk about the difference between intimacy and sex. Can we play the first video, please?
Okay, ladies and gents, the word of the day is intimacy, or intimate. To be intimate with someone simply means to be closely acquainted, familiar, basically to be close with that person. This is so important because so many of you guys feel like, oh, we're having sex, so that makes us close. Oh, we share a bed, so that makes us, we know each other very well. It's not the truth. To be intimate with someone is to have a relationship that's deeper than sex. It's the strongest way to have longevity in your relationship. If you want something real, you have to be intimate. It's being transparent. It's being able to open up, to share your secrets, to be vulnerable with someone. It's really trust in its highest form, because you're never going to be intimate with someone that you don't trust sincerely. So if you are really wanting to have something real, you have to open up to your spouse. You have to be able to talk and share those hard conversations. Some of you guys are closed like naturally, but one thing you cannot do is be closed with the person you say you love. Open up.
Boom. I'm sorry. I got a text message, y'all. We're not doing that. This is why you don't invite people to watch your podcast, because then they send you text messages through it. Now that I see when Big Exclusive be on his show and he get text messages and then he be stunned or distracted, it makes sense. Thank you, darling. I promise it's no filter. It's just the ring light, honey. I just be out here drinking water and minding my business. Okay, skin flourishing, baby. I use a little Dove soap and that's it. Not too much. No, seriously, Big Exclusive. I see it now. I got it. I get it. It'd be a distraction, and I don't like that. So let's talk about what is sex therapy. So I'm sure some of us have heard sex therapy. No, nobody's having sex therapy. But let me tell you what sex therapy is. So sex therapy is a type of talk therapy, as all therapy is, right? Therapy is talk therapy. You are here to talk. It is designed to help individuals and couples experiencing issues achieving sexual satisfaction. So again, sex therapy is a type of talk therapy designed to help individuals and couples experiencing issues achieving sexual satisfaction, whatever that may be. So you may have someone come to therapy. They call it sex positive therapy, right? It's because we're trying to take that negative, whatever that is, and change it into a more positive mindset, positive thoughts, get them intrusive thoughts out of the way, and figure out and get to the root cause of what is the dissatisfaction. So an individual can come to sex therapy if maybe they're in a relationship with someone and they're not performing, or if they're married, a married couple may come to sex therapy. Someone as an individual may even come to sex therapy to better understand not only just their mental, but the physical aspects of it too. So it's not just for people that are in relationships or married people, it's also for individuals. So physical, psychological, and emotional factors can cause sexual challenges. A sex therapist's goal is to help a person or couple address these issues and obtain a more fulfilling sex life. Because sex is good. So we want to get to the nitty gritty of it and figure out what is going on. Sex therapy does not involve sexual contact between the clients and the therapist. I am here to tell you, if you've ever experienced that with a therapist, they have taken advantage of you and they should be locked up. Okay. So again, when you come to sex therapy, it is there to address the physical, the psychological, and the emotional factors that are causing the sexual challenges. And again, we want to obtain a more fulfilling sex life because there are benefits to sex, and we're going to get into that a little later. So how does it work? So as with any psychotherapy, sex therapy involves talking through the issues. So the thing with sex therapy is when people come to sex therapy, you have to be willing to be open. I mean, you came to sex therapy, right? So you can't come to sex therapy and sit down with me or a psychologist or a psychiatrist or anyone that does sex therapy and sit there and now no one wants to talk. What was the point? For you to even want to seek out a sex therapist, because this is someone that has to be qualified to even do sex therapy. Also, all therapists are not well-versed and educated in sex therapy. So you have to get someone that is well-versed and educated in sex therapy. If you make a conscious decision as an individual, couple, dating, married, whatever, polygamy, polyandry, I don't really care what you practice. If you make a conscious decision to come to sex therapy, please come in ready to talk. We don't have time for you to be shy, pointing fingers, blaming. No. What's wrong with you? Come to therapy with any therapy, right? You have to be willing to talk. Can it be scary? Absolutely. But, we're going to work it out. We're going to talk through it. So, generally, the client and the sex therapist discuss any experiences, emotions, and concerns that may contribute to the client's sexual dissatisfaction and challenges. They will also work on coping mechanisms to help them build a more satisfying sex life. A sex therapist might also give the client homework. Yes, we do give homework in therapy. I know some of y'all out of school, y'all don't want no homework. We do give homework. I give homework to my clients now. So a sex therapist may give homework. So you may wonder, like, okay, well, what kind of homework can a sex therapist give? This may vary depending on the individual or the couple and can include assignments designed to increase sexual education and improve communication between partners. So a lot of times what we find is that people are not educated on sex, right? Again, it is so much more than two body parts coming together and exchanging some fluids. It's so much more than that. And I think a lot of times when sex is not properly taught, or you are not properly educated, or you learn about sex on your own or from your friends, it's a little grainy. It's a little gray area. I remember when I think I was like 12 or 13, my mom called herself trying to have the sex talk with me. Now, mind you, in school, now I don't know if they still do it. My son is only 9, so we're not there yet. But I remember having a sex ed course. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if it was supposed to scare me because we talked about STDs or make me want to run and do it even more. I don't know. I don't know what the purpose of sex ed was, but I felt somewhere in the middle, like, okay, I'm scared, but I want to go try it anyway. So I remember my mom having this conversation with me about, it was a very simple conversation. Like, it wasn't very detailed. I didn't feel very educated about it. It was just like, so men have this and women have this, and then they do this, and then that's it. I was just like, that can't be it. Like, so that's it. Like, that's how I got here. You just, daddy had this, you had this, and this. So making sure that you are educated on sex and exactly what is sex. And then we also need to learn to improve our communication with our partners. So if you are in a relationship or dating, or you just fucking somebody, let's just call a thing, because some of us are just fucking people. Okay. We not dating with no purpose, no intention. We just trying to get a nut off, and that's cool. I'm not here to judge you. Again, sex has a lot of benefits. Hey, sis, shout out to my sis Adairess, the other co-host. Wait, I don't know if y'all can see her. Boom. The other half of Melanated Vibrations. She is on a sabbatical. She better bring her ass back at the top of the year. That's all I got for her. But a lot of us need to work on improving our communication with our sexual partner. So if you are sexually active and there's something that you do not like that your partner does, it's okay to say you don't like it. Ladies, hey, y'all. Right, Tiff. Like, some of us just, like, I think our age group, it just never, and above, never received the sex talk, right? Like, we were never educated and informed of what sex was and what intimacy was and how to do it properly and how to do it safely. We just out here testing the waters and trying shit. It's wild. It's absolutely wild. And so when you are having the conversation with, right, communication is definitely key. You have to tell your partner. Same thing, sis. It was just like, don't get pregnant. Don't get pregnant. Like, that's it. Don't get pregnant. I don't know if that's like a Black people thing. I don't know if it's just us that we don't talk to our kids about sex. We don't educate them enough. We scared to have the birds and the bees conversation. I'm gonna be honest, I still don't actually understand the birds and the bees conversation. Maybe somebody can tell me in the comments what that. Are we saying that the birds and the bees together? Are we saying like 2 bees, 2 birds? And what kind of birds was it? I'm just happy having so many questions. Exactly, Tiff. You have to be, as a woman and as a man, we have to be vocal about what it is that we like, what we do not like. Ladies, hand raised, right? We not faking no nuts. We not faking sex. If it hurts or it is discomforting, say that. Yeah, my niece about to be there and I'm not ready for that. Like, skip me past that conversation. If it doesn't feel good, ladies, it's okay to say it doesn't feel good. Gentlemen, men out there, if it's trash, it's trash. If it's dry, it's dry. I mean, they make lube for that, but if that's not what y'all into, say that. We have to learn to improve our communications with our partners, okay? If you are in a position that does not feel comfortable because you got a deeper uterus or whatever, sis, tell that man to get up, get you a pillow, however you need to do it, okay? But no more of just out here to please the other person, and we are here with no type of pleasure for ourselves. So we have to learn to improve our communication. Sex therapists also may assign sexual experimentation and focus homework. So they may give you an assignment to go home and try. So she always got to come on here with the dusty shit. Like, she always got to come on here with the dusty. Why you got to be dusty all the time, sis? Now, I invited you to come on tonight, and you talking about no. So, and that's it, Tiff. We're not faking it. If it don't feel good at this big age, please get off of me. Okay? And go home. Because there is a female out there that feels good to, but it does not feel good here. We can't be out here faking sex anymore. So, what kind of homework would a sex therapist give you? So, homework might include the following. Experimentation. Now, I like this one. Couples who feel they are in a sexual rut may try different activities, such as role play. I like a good role play. Okay? Or using sex toys. My other favorite. It increases the desire. So role play. I want you guys to think outside of the box. Okay? These sex toys make these sex toys or sex shops, right. And don't it feel like that little, like, people get real bashful when we talk about sex, right? So it's like, you'll talk all this freaky shit on the phone, right? And then we expect all of this, these wonderful things in the bedroom, but as soon as it's not the experience that you want, everyone gets shy around the topic. What are we getting shy for? Let's not stray away from it. Everyone has a way that they want to be pleasured. Both men and women have a way that they want to be pleasured. Ladies, if she ain't doing her thing, she ain't got 3,000. You gotta let sis know that. If she giving you all teeth, no gums, no suck, no nothing, say something, okay? I don't want y'all out here in y'all group chats, okay? Stand on business, 10 toes down, please and thank you. I don't want y'all out here, ladies and gentlemen, in y'all group chats talking about how it wasn't what it needed to be. Why you ain't say that to that person? And now your friends is in this group chat dragging the shit out of this young lady or this young man, but you out here faking it like, woo, child, that was, I need a cigarette after that. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't need a cigarette. You need to stop lying and tell that person what it is. Okay? At this big age, we not lying about it. We just going to hurt some feelings and maybe you'll do better. That's all I got. So with experimentation, you may want to try role play. You may want to try toys. Ladies, lingerie is okay. I love lingerie. I absolutely love lingerie. I got a whole drawer full of lingerie. I absolutely love lingerie. I love dressing up. I'll get the same piece in like 22 different colors because let's spice it up a little bit. Okay? So other couples may need to adjust their sexual routine or positions, especially if one partner has a health condition that requires such changes. I'll say it again, sexual routines or positions may need to change up, okay? I don't want to have to book in and get your planner and pencil in a time to fuck you. I don't want to have to do that. I don't want to have to do that. Okay, ladies, stop making your man, your husband have to pencil in a time to be intimate with you. Sex should be sporadic. Now, yes, you go on vacation, you plan on, whatever. I get it, right? You got kids, you got businesses, you got jobs. So it may be a little different. But if it happens, just let it happen, okay? And that's what I'm saying, Tiff. Lingerie gets the mood going. And this is what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying, sis. If you just having sex with that man, who the fuck is lingerie? If you were just having sex with that person and that is all it is, and they are a casualty of war, Just go on and let that person know that, okay? We ain't got to be lying and say you bae, you this, you that. No, I'm just here for a good time, not a long time. And that's okay. Drake said it, and it's all right. Ladies, change up the routine. Gentlemen, change up the routine, okay? Try different positions, all right? Different positions are okay. We don't have to stick to the same position all the time, okay? Now, if you have made you and your partner have had a conversation that you are more submissive and they're a dom in the bedroom, they're more dominant, so you get in positions where you are submitting, then that's different, right? You know, but again, if it gets boring, it gets stale, we might want to switch it up, okay? Sometimes, ladies, right, allow that man to take control. Ladies, it's okay. I tell you guys all the time, I have a very strong personality. I know that about myself. I know I'm an alpha female. I get raw a lot. I realize it about myself, but in the bedroom, I am submissive and I would like to be submissive. I want to wear my underwear. I'm gonna be honest, I hate wearing underwear. It's ridiculous. I'm not even really sure why they created underwear. I know they're called piss catchers, but I don't like them. Let that man wear the boxers or the Speedo or whatever it is that your man gets into. Let that man go on and wear that, okay? It is okay to be submissive in the bedroom, ladies. We don't always have to be in control. Now and again, if your man wants to be a sub in the bedroom, and sit your ass down. Agree. See, allow him to take control and sit your ass down and let him do whatever it is. Again, consent, because you know how we feel about that word around here at the BEN. Consent. As long as it is consensual and it is not painful to you, go on and submit to that man, ladies. And then again, there are some men who want to be submissive in the bedroom. You know what I'm talking about. Big Roll the Speedo, little John. Stop, bro. I'm not playing with you. You know what I'm talking about. Go on and Google it and look it up. Okay. There are some men that want women to be the doms in the bedroom. They want the women to be dominant in the bedroom. And that's okay. Wait a minute. Whose face are we sitting on? Like, okay, I put the two comments together. Yes, ladies, sit on that man's face and ride out to the sunset. I don't know what to tell y'all, but go on and get whatever it is that y'all need to get, okay? You may have a man that would like to be submissive because he may be an alpha male. He may be a male that in every other area of his life, he has to take control. He has to be a boss. He has to make things happen. He has to make, again, right? Women, we want Speedos, boxer briefs, edible, whatever you wear, okay? Big roll. We have to allow the man to lead. We can't say we want these strong men and then we don't allow them to lead. So let's allow them to lead. But again, this is why communication is key. This is why we have to learn to improve our communication when we are being active with someone. Decide, are you a sub? Are you a dom? Or does it depend on the day? Does it depend on the mood you're in where you want to dominate? Ladies, some of us like to get on top and ride out. You just lay there, okay? Some of us like to just, do some other stuff, okay? It is nothing wrong with that. You already be trying to kill my brother-in-law, so take that comment down, okay? This is attempted murder at this point, and if he died, we just gonna blame you. Exactly, Tiff. Same here, right? That is why I would rather be submissive in the bedroom because I'm always making decisions. I'm a supervisor at my job. I'm a therapist. I'm a mom. I got business ventures. Like I want to make a decision. I want you to tell me what you want me to do in the bedroom, and I'm gonna do it. Okay. Again, long as we got consent and it is safe and it is not painful, I'm gonna do it. So, ladies, gentlemen, consent and make sure you are communicating. Lingerie, sex toys, changing the position, not always doing things routinely. Like you don't have to plan a schedule. We're gonna have sex Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. They don't have to be like that. Just when you want to have it. Again, now I know we may have lives and stuff like that, so things come up. What? No pillow princess. You gonna get all these moans and groans and everything else I got. Big Rose they was about to flame on you. Not let me go lay down. Don't lay down, stay. So learn to spice it up in the bedroom. I said once I got another house, I was gonna have a bedroom. People schedule all the time. Hey, people schedule all the time to have sex. Like I've seen shows where people have, or I even know personally, people that have to schedule out time or allocate time for sex because, again, people have kids, people have businesses, people work, stuff like that. Don't ever think that you about to have me a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. I might pop up at your job for lunch, and then we are fucking in your office, and we're gonna close these blinds. You can pop up at my job. I got an office, and my door shuts, and it locks, and I got a little blind. That's all I'm saying, okay? A red room. That's what I'm saying, sis. I want a red room. Oh, I'm sorry. Be right back. Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's why you got to keep it spontaneous. You can't be out here scheduling because then it becomes routine. And I don't know about y'all, but I get bored very easily. And I don't like routines. So please don't put me on a routine. Like, let's just, hey, you busy tonight? Like, let's just get it popping. So we have experimentation. We have sensate focus. Now, sensate focus, this technique for couples is designated or designed to build trust and intimacy while reducing anxiety. Anxiety, people, anxiety. I know it sounds crazy, but some people, before they are about to be intimate, they get super anxious. Again, here's where those intrusive thoughts come in and they start kicking some of y'all asses, and then y'all be in y'all head like, okay, can I perform well? Ladies, am I going to get wet or am I going to dry up? Men, am I going to be able to get hard, right? That's a whole real thing. So, and I agree. It's no point in making a schedule about it, but some people do. That's just what some people do. I'm not here to judge. If it works for them, it works for them. And if it don't, get off the just but sometimes couples get so anxious, or an individual will get so anxious that their mind gets the best of them and then they are unable to perform. And now they're no longer even into it. This is why foreplay is really good. Now, I'm not into long foreplay, but foreplay is good. Kissing and rubbing, licking and sucking are all great things to help with the physical attraction and the physical that needs to happen when sex occurs. Again, this is why intimacy is important. Connecting with your partner on a different level outside of just the physical. What is your partner like? Again, if you are dating someone, married to someone, with someone whose love language is physical touch, then you know that to get this person started and activated, if you want some, is to touch them, kiss them, rub on them, rub their arms, rub their chests, lick their boobs, whatever it is that you feel like you need to do, that is what you do. But again, you have to know your partner, and intimacy has to be a thing. So couples progress through 3 stages, starting with non-sexual touching, progressing to genital touching, and usually ending with penetration. So again, in sensate focus, we are teaching couples techniques to build trust and intimacy. Connection is key, right? Some of y'all just be out here fucking people, just get a nut. Don't be no type of connection. No type of connection. That's why his dick won't stay hard, sis. He's not into you. I know that sound harsh. I know it don't just be women that don't get wet. Like sometimes men dicks don't get hard because they just not that into you, sis. They just not. It's okay. Find somebody that is, right? I don't care how good you think your head game is. As soon as you stop sucking, he went limp. Okay? It's just not that into you. All right. So again, in the sensate focus homework, you're going to go through 3 different stages. It has to be non-sexual touching. So again, it could be holding hands. It could be a rub on the cheek. It could be a rub on the shoulder, rub on the back. It does not have to be sexual. Progressing to genital touching. So now we are rubbing or touching on the genital areas very gently. Like, don't be out there trying to, like, don't do too much, okay? The shit hurts, okay? All right? You don't have to do all of that. It's a sensitive area, okay, for both men and women. With those things leading up to it, then it should lead into some type of penetration if you do it correctly. Another homework assignment might be the educational piece. Again, remember when I said we're not educated on sex. Education. Sometimes clients do not receive adequate sex education while they are growing up. I think we all agree to that, right? As a result, they may not be aware, right, of anatomy and how the body functions during sexual activities. Again, the anatomy, the entire body, certain places on the body where it is a little bit more sensitive, where you may hit a nerve, well, it may give you arousal, it may make you excited. I know for me, my neck is my weak spot. Like, not too much on the neck, okay? I might want to fight you. That is one of my weak spots. So again, this is why having communication is key with your partner and educating yourself on what do you actually know about sex. So therapists might assign books or web content to read or videos to watch. They might also suggest that clients use a mirror to learn more about their bodies. So when we get out the shower, you got a mirror in your bedroom or a mirror in your bathroom. Take a full exam of your body, right? We all love something about our body. You want to make sure that you are learning about your body. You also want to make sure that you watch videos, right? There are so many different web content. Child, at this point, you can get on Twitter and watch some porn. I'm going to be honest with you. But when you are watching porn, because there's nothing wrong with watching porn as long as it's not child porn, because I'm going to report your asses. If you are watching porn and you begin to get aroused by it, pay attention to what happens first. Do you have thoughts about what is you are watching and viewing? And if it's a thought that happens first, what are those thoughts? Then pay attention to how your body feels. Where do you start to feel aroused first? Do you get hot? Do you start sweating? Do you start shaking your leg because you're starting to feel little tingles in places? Pay attention to what your body is doing. While you're paying attention to what your body is doing, also pay attention to what is on the screen. So what is happening in the scene of whatever video you watching, Ebony on Ebony, I don't care what y'all watch, okay? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not telling y'all my favorite category because y'all gonna judge me. And I don't have it on my spirit tonight for y'all to be judging me, okay? I don't want to have to cuss nobody out. And then go get you some wine, Tim. I don't even know why y'all be showing up to my podcast without a drink in your hand, because y'all know I'm going to get into it. Okay, matter of fact, get back to this gentleman's jack. Okay, and so while you are watching these sexually arousing videos, pay attention to what your body is feeling. Pay attention to what is on the screen. What about this scene aroused you? Is this something that you want to try? Is this a fantasy of yours? We all have fantasies, right? And so again, when you have a partner, it is also key to see if your partner is interested in that type of stuff too. See if your partner is interested in different fantasies, and ask your partner, like, what is your fantasy? So I'm not going to share my fantasy on here. We not that close. But let me say this. Having a fantasy is a really great start to have when you have a partner. Ask your partner, what is their fantasy? Their fantasy may be getting picked up in a bar. Think about that. Their fantasy may be two strangers acting like they don't know each other and getting picked up in a bar. Give me 1 second. People was out here about to have a whole conversation on a voicemail. I don't want to do all of that. So think about what your fantasy is. Being picked up at a bar, two people meeting up at a bar, acting like they don't know each other, striking a conversation, going home, having a one-night stand. That might be a fantasy for some people. But again, connection and communication is key. I agree, Big Exclusive. Go on and make them happen. Go on and find you somebody you can go and get at too. That wham wham, thank you, ma'am. That's it. So again, this is why communication is important, and so is education. You have to know your partner. What is it that your partner likes? Somebody else's fantasy may be for you to come up to their job and bring them lunch and go in the office and bang their brains out. Like, that might be a thing. Some people's fantasy is to honestly go to swinger clubs, right? It's something that they always wanted to do. They always wanted to try, was to go to a swingers club and allow people to watch them, or they watch people engage. So know who your partner is. Now, communication strategies may also be a form of homework. So clients may practice asking for what they want or need sexually or emotionally in a relationship. I know, right? You would think Who don't know how to ask for what they want in a relationship? There are a lot of people out here that are in relationships, situationships, dating, and they do not know how to ask their partner or spouse for what they need sexually or emotionally in a relationship. It goes back to what I've been saying since the start of this show. Communication is key. Know how to have a communication with your partner or your spouse. Again, what feels good to you? What are you consenting to? What role do you want to play in the bedroom? These are all really important conversations to have with your partner, whoever you're dating or married to. Do you like lingerie? Do you not like lingerie? I know some men that don't like lingerie. They don't even want you to dress it up. What's the point? It's going to be on for 10 seconds and then it's going to be ripped off. I don't really care. You're going to get this lingerie and I'm going to dress it up and then you can take it off. You're going to work to take this off. Okay. But for me, lingerie is just so sexy, right? And then while that person is taking it off, you are getting aroused. So again, communication is key. Now, success with sex therapy often depends on how committed clients are in the process. You should be, Tiff. I'm still waiting for you to come out with your sex toy line. Yeah, we're gonna talk. We got dinner coming up this weekend too, don't we? Yeah, text me after the show. Success with sex therapy can depends on how committed a client is to the process. This is with any form of therapy. You have to be committed. If you don't do the work, it's not going to do it itself. As a therapist, I cannot do the work for you. I'm not sleeping with your wife. I'm not sleeping with your husband. So if you come in and you are having issues in the bedroom and I give you homework assignments and you choose not to do them, or I was tired, or the kids this, or I didn't get a chance to do it, now you've wasted both of our times. It only works when you put the work in. So if clients are willing to put in the effort, either alone or with a partner, they may reach their sexual goals. If they suspect a physical concern is behind the sexual challenge, then a therapist may refer the client to a medical doctor. In turn, the doctor and therapist may work together to address the physical issues while guiding the client towards reaching their sexual goal. So it may be a physical concern why the person is not able to perform or why they're having challenges. Now let's talk about who needs sex therapy. And this is not just this is not a completed list. This is just kind of the most popular categories of people that may need sex therapy. So people who experience sexual dysfunction may be among those who could benefit the most from sex therapy. So people that have specified sexual dysfunctions is an umbrella term for various reoccurring difficulties related to sex. ED, erectile disorder. I'm sure we've all heard of ED. Male hypoactive sexual desire disorder. We're gonna have to have another episode where I break these down because these are good. Premature ejaculation. This could be a sexual concern. Female orgasmic disorder. Sexual female interest / arousal disorder. Genitopelvic pain or penetration disorder. Substance, medication induced sexual dysfunction. Other specified sexual dysfunctions and unspecified sexual dysfunctions. Sometimes a lot of what we put in our bodies and what we eat, if we are on a certain medication, can have an effect on how we perform in the bedroom. So if you have somebody, say if there's a guy that's like drinks a little bit too much, might be an alcoholic, when it comes down time to perform, he may not be able to perform because he has contaminated his body with so much damn liquor that, he just doesn't get aroused. He doesn't get hard. It just doesn't work. Or it could be any other type of like substance abuse that they may be suffering from where they do not get hard. Women, same thing. If you are doing a little bit too much drinking, using certain drugs, you may not be able to get moist. Help with all of that. Your body naturally should be creating these juices. But if they don't, there's plenty of places, plenty of websites. Y'all can go on her fantasy box. I don't work for them. I'm not sponsoring them. They are not sponsoring me, but they do have some really good products on there. You can go on over there, check them out. They got a bundle package going to get you some. So these dysfunctions can cause a lack of interest in sex, low confidence, sexual performance anxiety, painful intercourse, and an inability to become aroused or reach orgasm, seriously impacting a person's ability to enjoy a healthy and fulfilling sex life. Sexual dysfunctions can have physical or psychological issues, and sometimes it can be associated with a history of abuse. So, I dated a guy who was on medication, and we went through like a dry spell for like 2 months where he just could not get aroused. And it was during the time that they had like changed his medication. And so again, be mindful and be careful of what it is that you are putting into your bodies, even when it comes to foods, like not eating too much sugar or things that break down into sugar, not having too much caffeine, not having too much sodas and stuff like that. Again, it is all about what you pour back into your body. It does have an effect on sex. And again, the last thing, like I said, it may be associated with a history of abuse. I'm going to show my second video, and then we are going to get into sexual trauma.
The brain plays a very significant role in the erection process, and there are a multitude of factors that can interfere with the brain being in an optimal position or an optimal role to help men gain and maintain their erections. So sex therapy can help men identify and address the particular factors that are contributing to not being able to gain and maintain an erection in whatever setting that is occurring. Now, I will mention that sex therapy, when it comes to erectile dysfunction, does not have to be a very long treatment process. Sex therapy can be something that is very brief and very goal-oriented.
So there's that. So they picked one, which was ED, and talked about kind of how that works and how things work in the brain. Now let's talk a little bit, and not too much because I don't want to trigger anybody, about sexual trauma. Sexual trauma can particularly interfere with a person's interest in or ability to enjoy intimacy and sex. So research suggests that sex therapy may help people with a history of sexual trauma. For example, combining trauma-based therapy, right, with sex-positive techniques may be more effective in helping someone work through their trauma-related sexual dysfunctions than using trauma-based therapy alone. So there are studies out there that says if someone has been unfortunately sexually abused, few things happen with people that have been sexually abused when it comes to sex. So you will either have someone that becomes very promiscuous after being sexually assaulted. I think you be right back. I appreciate it. I just be trying to get people, what they need. Someone may become very sexually promiscuous, where they may just go out, so they don't feel that pain of what has happened to them. They will just go out because it's a sense of, let's say this. Unfortunately, when people are sexually abused, they have lost control, right? You feel a sense of you're at a loss. You have lost control. You do not have control over it, no matter if you tried to fight back or whatever. So when people go out to be sexually promiscuous, they are now in control. They are choosing who they want to engage with. Now, here's the thing with people that become sexually promiscuous due to sexual abuse. It is risky. There is a high chance of catching some type of STD or STI. You cannot expect a long-term relationship from this person because they are just there for the sexual gratification, in a sense. They want to feel in control. They want to be in control. Mike, don't get on here and start that nonsense. But they want to be in control. And so they may go from different person to different person to different person. It's like a serial killer, right? When somebody is a serial, they go around and they just kill random people. It may not even be, they may not have a particular person in mind. They just may kill anybody that comes in their way. Same thing with people that unfortunately suffer from sexual trauma. Thank you. Who knew I'd be doing a podcast? Shout out to Big Exclusive for pushing me to even do this podcast, because I kept trying to run from it and he wouldn't let me. You ever had that term like sink or swim? It really was like him pushing me into 13 feet. It was like, let's just see if it works out. And so here we are. I'm actually coming up on my year. In 2 months, I'm shy of a year of, having Melanated Vibrations, and I'm super excited. I got something really big planned for the 1 year anniversary, and I got something planned really big for May, which is Mental Health Awareness. Hey, Mike, love you too. Mental Health Awareness Month, which is, thank you, in May. Every year in May, I'm trying to throw together an event. I want all of you guys to come, bring a friend. I'm trying to do it panel style, where we get to do breakout groups. We get to talk to other therapists, have some vendors there. So I got to start now so I can plan it, and, we're going to go from there, but I'm super excited about it. So someone that is sexually promiscuous, unfortunately, will kind of spiral and go down this road of, it's not even really emotional for them at this point. It's just them trying to regain back control. Then you may have someone that suffers from sexual abuse, where they may be withdrawn. They don't trust people because of what has happened to them. They may close themselves off to intimacy and sex because they don't want to be put in that position again where they no longer have control. So it may take that person a really long time to date, to get back into the dating world, to trust anybody, to even be intimate with that person. And then lastly, you may have a person who unfortunately suffers some type of sexual abuse, but they're resilient. So they don't allow what has happened to them to stop them from being connected to other people. So that kind of person will take the time that they need to kind of process what happens to them, but they don't see themselves as a victim. They will not allow you to call them a victim. They will not allow you to hold over their head what has happened to them. You may not even know it occurred to them. Because they want to kind of just put it past them, and they don't want to elaborate on it. They don't want pity parties. They don't want people to feel bad for them. So they may just move on from it. So those are kind of one of the three things that could happen to someone that has experienced sexual abuse. I'm not saying that's like the end all be all, but those are like the three major ones. Someone either super sexually promiscuous, someone that has intimacy and sexual trust issues where they do not want to be with anybody, or the third person that is just super resilient, where they take the time that they need and then they bounce back, and now they are willing to get back into a relationship and date people. No worries, Creamy. I'm so glad you showed up, darling. Now, so yeah, that would be a good person. Now I do have, let me see. All right. So what do you expect from sex therapy? So let's talk about what to expect. So discussing someone's sex life with a stranger may feel uncomfortable, right? So nobody want to come to talk to me and tell me about your sex life. I don't care. Entertain me. I be listening. It'd be real good too. Some of y'all be having some real juicy stories. I'd be like, what? I didn't think to try that. I really be taking notes to see if that's something I need to go and get into. Just want to let y'all know that. Thank you, Creamy. It is likely the therapist anticipates this and will begin with simple getting to know you questions, right? So people can expect to discuss their health, sex education, sexual background, beliefs and ideas about sex, and specific challenges with sex. So this is what you can expect to get out of sex therapy. The sex therapist will work with the individual or couple on their specific concerns and challenges through talk therapy. The frequency and length of therapy sessions will depend on the client and challenges and needs, right? So some people may only need 6 months of therapy. You know, those stories be juicy, Tiff, and if it wasn't for HIPAA, I'd share some of them with y'all, but I can't, and I'm not going to get sued. So I got to keep them all up here and take them to the grave with me, but they be good. Okay. So it depends. Some people may only need to be in there for 6 months. Some people may only need to be in there for a year. Some people may need 2 years. Some people just need therapy, lifelong therapy. Some people just need maintenance. So I usually start weekly with all of my clients. And I'm not going to tell you, Big Exclusive, I'm not going to break my clients' confidentiality. Okay. So some people I start all my clients off with weekly sessions. And then as time goes on, depending on how long they've been with me, then I will move them to bi-weekly sessions. And then at some point I move them to once a month sessions. And then we just do check-ins. But I'm always available to my clients. If they're ever in crisis, don't call me, call on Jesus, call a crisis mobile unit, call the crisis hotline. I'm just kidding. My phone does go on do not disturb at 8 o'clock though. Let me just go and put that out there. But seriously, I am available to my clients. Unfortunately, I know what I signed up for. So all hours of the night, my phone may go off, but if it goes straight to voicemail, just call me back because it's on do not disturb. And I meant that. I got boundaries, y'all, boundaries. So the sex therapist will not, this is what we do not do. We are not going to choose a side or attempt to convince anyone to do anything. Oh, she won't do that in bedroom. He won't do. I'm not about to sit here trying to convince your partner to do something that they are not comfortable with doing. This is why communication is key. Let's figure out why this person does not want to do this thing. Undress or ask anyone else to undress. Not gonna do that. Not gonna do that. Have sexual relations or instruct sexual relations. Not having sexual relations with my clients. Sorry. I worked too hard to get here, and I'm not going to lose all that I have worked for a quick nut, okay? There's niggas outside that are not clients. That's all I'm saying. So note that sex therapists, as with all therapists, okay, are not one size fit all. Compatibility is important for successful treatments. If someone does not feel comfortable with their therapist, they may wish to consider another expert. It is okay if you are not comfortable with your therapist. You know what they teach us in school? They teach us that if we ever get a client that we are sexually attracted to, give up that client. We are not to see someone that we are sexually attracted to. So if a guy comes in and I feel like he fine as shit, you gotta go. You gotta go. I got some friends that do the same thing I do that I will recommend because I need to be able to make sure that I can truly help you and I'm not focused on in my head trying to take you down. Okay. That is ethical. All right. So if you get to a therapy session where you feel like, you know what, this is not a good fit. I don't really like how the first session went. I don't like how you speak. I don't like how you not paying attention, even though y'all think we don't be paying attention. We do. We be taking notes. We be jotting stuff down. It's all up here. If you feel uncomfortable with that therapist, it is totally okay to consider another therapist. Same with therapists. If we are in a position where it is uncomfortable for us, we will refer you out to another therapist. So let's talk about the benefits of sex, because there are some benefits, okay? And there's benefits to sex therapy. So sex therapy can help both individuals and couples do one thing: gain a realistic understanding of sex and pleasure. So it will give you a realistic understanding of sex and pleasure. 2, identify and address underlying causes of sexual issues. 3, grow and maintain a deeper sexual connection with themselves and their partners. I'm going to show you one last video about the benefits of sex. Go on and play it.
I'm sure none of you need any more reasons why you should have sex, but let's talk about 5 health benefits that I love. Stronger immune system, stronger pelvic floor, improved heart health, more satisfying relationships, and improved sleep. So if none of those have an impact on you, then what about this one? Pleasure. Sex makes us feel good. So if you want to, go do it.
I mean, come on now. The man that told y'all it's benefits to sex. Just go on and do it. It helps boost your immune system. It helps with your heart rate. It helps because it's just pleasurable. If you ain't out there having sex, for whatever your reasons are, I'm not forcing y'all to go out there and have sex. That's not what I'm saying at all. But if you are able to go out there, find you your person, okay, and go on sex on them, okay, real good too. All right. Last thing I'm going to leave you guys with is how intimacy and sex affects your mental health. Exactly. Okay. Another day keeps the doctor away. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, Mike. So you understood what I was saying. Okay. So emotional connection, right? That is what we were created for. We are created to be one with each other. We are not created to be alone. That is why God made Adam and then he made Eve from his rib, because we are meant to be together. So it provides an emotional connection and closeness to others. And it can bring about a big part of positive mental health. We crave interaction with trusted individuals and the support of others to help provide stability and perspective in our lives. Intimacy is good. Again, it is not just with the person you are dating, you're married to. You can have intimate relationships with your friends and a trusted family member. It is not always physical. It's not always sexual. This connection or intimacy can be with a friend or a romantic partner. Either way, without intimacy, we can experience feelings of loneliness and isolation that can lead to depression. We're not going to sign up for depression, y'all. And for those of us that already suffer with it by ourselves, we're not going to just keep adding stuff on. We're not going to just keep piling stuff on, okay? Does this mean sex is critical for mental health as well? Yeah, okay? Sex is important. Now, again, if you're out there practicing abstinence and celibacy, shout out to you. That's all I got. Shout out to you. Or if you are waiting for your person or whatever it is, if your nigga's locked up, you being a trusted hoe. I don't know what to tell y'all, but listen, if you're not none of them things, go out there and have you some sex, okay? That's all I got. Sex helps your mental health, okay? It helps you to connect with others. You are not isolated. Isolation leads to depression. Sex is good, but be safe while you guys are out there having sex. I don't need help with that, Mike. I actually don't need help with that, but thank you, okay? I'm not a hater. I don't need help with that area, but thank you. I do appreciate it, okay? Yeah, I don't need help with that area. I think I got it covered over here. Go out. Right, Hannibal? Go out, find your person, right? Find the person that you trust. If you are in a committed relationship, you are dating, you are married, switch up the routine, try something new, bring some toys into the bedroom. Oh, well, because you said you put me on there. Next time, tag her, okay? And I don't think she need no help either. Bring toys into the bedroom. Do not have a routine. Okay, we don't need to be scheduling sex. Just do it. Like Nike, right? Just do it. Make sure you guys are safe while you are doing it. We got enough kids running around. And we got enough STDs running around, okay? So make sure you guys are out there practicing safe sex. You are enjoying yourself. It is pleasurable. Communication is key. I love you guys. Thank you for joining Melanated Vibrations each and every Monday at 7 p.m. Tomorrow, you're going to head on over there. Yeah, Mike, I was so confused. Tomorrow, you're going to head over to the Big Exclusive podcast with Big Exclusive, Angry OG, and Top Flight, and whoever their special guest may be. We just never know. This show always goes off the rails. It goes left. I was a guest last week. I was a guest on everybody's podcast last week. I'm tired. Don't nobody ask me to be a guest no more for the rest of the week. I need a break. But it was a really good show. Very fun. Love being on the network with the family because we always want to be Dusty. I'm Dustiana. Yeah, I tag in a HUD sometimes. Thank you, Hannibal. And then you're going to jump on over to Thursday where you're going to have the Ant Money experience. We know he bringing straight violence. We know he bringing straight dust. When he put that bandana on and pour his wine, you already know it's about to go left from there. I was a guest on that show last week as well. If you happen to miss any of the episodes, make sure you go on YouTube or Facebook to the Big Exclusive Network and check out those missed episodes. Make sure you check out my episode from last week if you missed it, the Big Exclusive podcast. Thank you, Tiff, if you missed it, and then jump over to Ant Money Experience if you missed it. I completely snapped. The whole Diddy thing came up, Columbus Short. My bro got a bunch of reels that he done posted about me going in on people because I don't like clout chasing. It really does piss me off. So I love you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow in the comments. Be back here tomorrow at 7 o'clock on the Big Exclusive Network. Ant Money Experience on Thursday. And then I'll see you guys next Monday. Have a great week. Bye.